hello, hello, welcome. How are you doing, Virgo? My name is Tiffany, and this is the Feminine Inquisition, and we are starting with the Earth signs. This is a reading for the month of July. I've got some information about astrological events for you throughout the month, some personal planets, and also, regardless of that, this is going to be using the Karma deck. And these are split into houses, signs, and planets. And they also have some inspiration, little words that we will use to guide us throughout the reading for what makes sense for you. If this resonates, do give me a thumbs up and let me know about your specific situation. I am always curious. We're going to then clarify with the Tarot of the Longest Dream and a regular vintage tarot, which is the Rider Waite Smith illustrations. Okay, so just to go over some details, July 3rd is when Mercury enters Leo. July 6th is when Sun enters Cancer. The 11th is when Venus enters Virgo. The 23rd is when the Sun enters Leo. And the 29th is when Mercury enters Virgo. Now, Jupiter enters Leo June 30th, which is just before the month begins. And it is going to be a pretty big shift because Jupiter in Cancer, while it's exalted there, it's all about the self, nurturing the self, making sure that we have what we need to take care of. Maybe it has to do with remodeling, renovating, or expanding the home, our sense of home, the home that we live inside, right? So lots of self-care routines, very expansive ideas about what it means to take care of ourselves, and also what it means to share how we're feeling. That would be Jupiter in Cancer. Now with Jupiter in Leo, it's much more masculine, it's fire, and so it's expressive and extending into the external. Okay, so Leo offers the rest of the zodiac lessons in manifestation. They are the greatest manifestors, and so if we are lucky, we can kind of ride on their coattails and hopefully, take flight. So let's just get into it, okay? So, as I said, Karma, Tarot of the Longest Dream, and Vintage Tarot. All right. So these cards are separated between subconscious, written in the red, and blue conscious. So you will see, I will do this before every single reading that I do so that it's perfectly fair. No one's saying anything about whether or not you are in the conscious or in the subconscious. Okay, Virgo, let's go. What do you need to know for the month of July? For Virgo, please, Spirit. Thank you. I've got the moon, and it's the conscious elements of the moon. So here, spiritual, the nurturing of, mental, feelings caused by, physical reactions. So those are some of the ideas that we can take to guide us as we move through these messages, okay? So in the moon, are you in the moon? I think so, seeing as it's the conscious side that rolled up. And if you are in the moon, what are you facing? What are you looking at? Are you having reactions about your reactions? Are you understanding why your feelings are charged in the way that they do? Getting a better sense, a better handle on how you really feel about something. And lastly, the nurturing. So how can facing these feelings and your reactions help you evolve into a more whole being? And how can you then nurture the people that you love and the relationships that you've come to rely on? Okay. So let's look at what this is. We'll take 6 cards from the top. For Virgo, please. 4 of Pentacles. Wow. That's the same card that we started with when we did the Taurus reading. Queen of Cups. 4 of Wands. Page of Cups. The 6 of Cups. And the 7 of Wands. Okay. High Priestess is at the bottom of the deck. So 6 of Cups also came out for Taurus. So I don't know if this is an Earth thing where you're looking at like checking in maybe as Jupiter is leaving the watery sign of Cancer. Perhaps your waters are rising and you're trying to understand and bridge the gap between your emotional contentment of yesterday and how you will how that will look in the future, right? Because the 6 of Cups is the card of joy. But also it's a card that is of the past, but it's forward moving. So let's get into it. We have here regarding the going into the moon, Four of Pentacles. What can you hold on to, or what has a hold on you? Then how can you use what it is that you've held on to love yourself, to be content, to be sure? Um, she's kind of unhappy in this card, right? She's contemplative and she's holding the cup and the cup is raised. It makes me question if you've given too much. Are you asking yourself, what can I hold on to if I've given so much away? And then there's the Four of Wands, Page of Cups. I've given so much away to this relationship. And I don't know if a Page of Cups is a question about children. If you have children, Virgo, and you're trying to recognize that so much of your cup energy is devoted to your family, to your relationship, and you're feeling a little depleted, Seven of Wands. You're up against all odds. There's a volcano that's bursting in the background, and yeah, many fires to put out, perhaps. I don't know. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. There's the moon itself. Maybe some unhappiness is rising like this volcano, and you're trying to understand, listen to yourself like, okay, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like this? This is my family. I love them. Page of Cups, these are my children. Six of Cups, this is the lineage that I leave behind. This is the joy. This is the reason why. This is what I've always wanted. Interesting. Let's see three cards here. So the High Priestess, to the Nine of Swords, to the Chariot, that's Cancer. Queen of Wands is here. Interesting. You'll in this process of trying to understand how you really feel about the thing and listening to your intuition, there's some stress and noise in the mind, and the Chariot is looking at that. So you want to move away from that. You do want to find victory, trying to reconcile the two sides of you, which is why the moon would be here. Wait, I don't want this deck. So let's clarify. Let's clarify the Queen of Cups, because that's the embodiment of you as the High Priestess is coming down into that vessel to give you the guidance. You're head of the household, you're head of state. You know what it is to balance the budget, clean a house, take care of everything, and also offer this cup. Sit on your throne. Take care of people. Show me the Queen of Cups, please. Show me the Queen of Cups for Virgo. Four of Wands, Ace of Wands. Wow. You see it. You see it, right? Eight of Swords. You're not excited. Not excited about this partnership. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Now remember, we're talking about the moon. So spiritually, the nurturing of. Mentally, feelings caused by. Physically, the reactions. So this is spiritual, this is physical, not so much mental, but it is emotions. This is really lacking enthusiasm. This is lacking empowerment. This is lacking will, lacking confidence. It's like this. Your hands are tied, but you're part of this. If these four wands hold this wreath of celebration to welcome everyone into this reunion, one of these pillars is down. Eight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Wow. Two powerful cards, because it's eight, right? So this is about manifestation, the ability to put your magic in this world. They're tied up in different ways, and there's the conflict. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords also came through some clarity, moments of clarity in July for some earth signs. Let's get into this Four of Wands. Please, for Virgo. Show me the Four of Wands. What's this Four of Wands for Virgo for July? Four of Wands for Virgo for July. Wow. Yeah, message is really, really clear. Three of Cups in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse, Four of Cups in reverse. I don't know what kind of disconnect, a lack of plans, the universe not meeting you halfway, feeling unlucky when it comes to connection. Knight of Wands in reverse. Not fired up. That's two very important Wands cards in reverse. Four of Cups. Interesting. So Four of Cups, Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So Four of Cups ordinarily in this position when it's upside down should represent gratitude, right? However, because it's preceded by the Knight of Wands and the Three of Cups, both in reverse, this is like a fuck it. Just fuck it. Just fuck it. And yeah, if we take this Knight of Pentacles and we go back to the start, which is the Four of Pentacles, I think you're trying to cut your losses and move on. Take what you've learned, and keep it moving. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to develop a sense of independence, a more fiery approach to understand yourself better, maybe put some passion projects of your career forward, and you're going to look at what hasn't worked up until this point. Maybe when and if you consider how to move, you want to know what you did here can never happen again. Judgment. Independence. Strategy. Seven of Swords. Okay? All right. Let's keep going. Show me the Page of Cups. Now, I don't know if this is a child or if this is someone that you are characterizing, or this is you. Show me the Page of Cups, please, for Virgo. For July. All your cards are really Four of Pentacles. So this is what you hold on to. This is what you are certain about, or that is trying to have a hold on you. Page of Cups. So that's you, or that's someone, and it's just a page, remember, okay? They have a lot of experience to learn still. I got Knight of Cups, the Fool, the King of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Ace of Cups, all in reverse. Whatever you thought previously was worth taking a shot on, reeling in and calling your divine counterpart, you can no longer fight for, because you are no longer connected to it. Page of Cups is, in this, as it reads here, is recognizing that you have to go back and do completely differently. This is a forgiveness for yourself for having moved too far in a direction that you now know can't work. Queen of Cups is here, King of Cups is here. So this is you characterizing yourself after having been dealing with this. This is another person's energy. Knight of Cups, they were really romantic, maybe love bombing. They were ready to take on the world, do everything and anything with you, future faking. That's what these two cards together, talking about how much the work they've done on themselves. They've talking about how they've dove into the depths of their own ocean and how much they know each other. But in fact, they just turn their back on situations. And you can't connect to it spiritually. Spiritually, it's impossible for you. This is why you are in the moon, thinking and questioning, how did I get so connected, so carried away, so caught up in this? Four of Pentacles. I'm just going to hold on to what I have. Four of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Page of Swords. You're going to learn bit by bit. And you're going to consistently look at your actions, recognizing how this foolishness took you to a place where you only had Four Pentacles. All right. Let's keep going. Can I see the Six of Wands? I mean, can I see the Six of Cups? Show me the Six of Cups. Because that's forward movement and you're defending it because the Seven of Wands is right after that. So show me the Six of Cups, please. Hierophant. Hermit. Six of Cups, please. Oh, wow, that's a lot of energy. Anything else for the Six of Cups? Such a small card. That's three majors right there. The Five of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Cups. So I'm not sure if this is an old commitment that you're reflecting on now that you're dealing with this. But I think you're calling in a more structured approach to healing your value system and what you allow in your life, right? Because the Hierophant is all about permission. And in this card, it's all about seeking joy. And so now you're going to maybe heal what has not been the most discretionary or the boundaries of discretion. Perhaps there were ways in which you were feeling adrift, maybe too open, too free. Uh, and here we have the Five of Pentacles. So we know from the Four of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles, it doesn't look like progress, but it is because it's an acceptance that the situation changed and now I need to adapt. Right? This is people that are outside the church. At one point, they really believed in the system and the laws and the rules and all the morality of that church, but for whatever reason, it stopped serving them. And so they're on the outside and they have to build from scratch a new identity, um, a new concept, and that will be theirs. They're not going to give their power away to someone else. And that's what the Hierophant is here. With the Hermit and the Star sideways, you can't yet confirm what that structure will look like, but you're putting it in place because you know it's necessary. And that's what this forward movement will look like. Leaning into the nostalgic ideas of maybe who you were previously, previous connections that may be similar to this, mistakes that you can see a pattern in, really learning about you. That's why you're in the moon. So you're nurturing yourself about where the gaps were and how you got caught up in this. Queen of Cups. This is what love looks like. Sometimes mothering you, um, well, it takes many shapes. Can I see the Seven of Wands? I have never clarified, well, in these readings, I'm not clarifying all cards, but this is a real story here. So we'll keep going. This is your ability to defend it, to stand your ground, and to also elevate. The Seven of Wands is a card about personal evolution of what it means to manage the high energy of your passion, right? Seven is always development of the self in tarot. Wands is the pursuit of passion, pleasure, purpose. And so this is calling in an elevated role of some sort in any area of your life that speaks to you, and the journey of taking that on. Show me the Seven of Wands, please, for Virgo. Show me the Seven of Wands. The volcano is exploding. I don't know if you can see that in the card. So this is a heightened High Priestess. Yeah. So the moon is really present here, okay? Six of Swords. Queen of Wands. Okay. So bear with me now, Virgo, because it's a complicated, not a complicated, but a harsh message, okay? But I have to say it. So you are returning to the ill-fitted desire when you say yes from a place of lust, from a place of needing validation outside of yourself, when you want people to focus on you, pay attention to you, when you want them to put you first, when you are in some ways, in some moments, not the totality of who you are, but when you are kind of one-sided, narcissistic, needing things to be about you, when it can't, when it's not really meant to. The Queen of Wands in reverse is the kind of woman who, or man, who is really so consumed with them being first. Okay. So the moon is bringing a little chill to the heat that has driven you before. And I think it also has to do with communication because it's a sword card that precedes that. So, for example, combative ways, argumentative ways, ways in which you um, dominated conversation, dominated groups of people, made the focus on you, listened only to respond. And so that's the part of you that you are developing and growing from, and recognizing that in order to learn from this, you must be able to not be so defensive, not need so much external validation, but be able to confidently be in the Queen of Wands, which would be her presented upwards. Okay? And the moon is teaching you that. The more you can confront yourself and own and know who you are, priceless. That's how you find enlightenment. And that's how life comes to you in the way that you'd like to see it. So I'm just going to get 3 cards from the Osho Zen Tarot to put this together. Okay. This is attachment to the past and the Hanged Man. But, you know, calm down. And I do think, again, I want to double down on this whole move, shifting your focus into your career, because at the bottom of the karma deck, I have the 10th house, and it's conscious. So from being consciously visiting the moon, you will come into the conscious practical of power. Consciously, on a spiritual level, you will seek your destiny. Mentally, where you're going will show up, right? That's the alignment that I'm talking about. And physically, we're talking about your career, advancements in your career. How can you take the fire that you didn't have for this relationship and apply it in an area where you know that it can bring results? And also, when you come out of the moon, you might have a newfound love, right? A newfound craft, a newfound interest. The moon will often take you in many directions that you could not have foreseen. Okay. There it is, the Magician, the existence, temperance. This is the integration, the highs and lows, the dark and light. 7, all the opportunities and options. This is the 7 of Pentacles. And here is the Ace of the 7 of Cups. And this is the Ace of Pentacles. So that is fantastic. From the 6 of Cups, you come to the 7 of Cups. You're able to use what you envision with your imagination to fuel your manifestation, and you are integrating and transforming from this experience that which you really didn't need, but also learned from and could grow from. Temperance is tempering your spirit, your soul. Sagittarius, fire energy in both of these cards. And here's the Ace of Pentacles. Like I said, I think you'll use this energy to advance in your career, whatever that may look for you, even if it's just a new hobby. Okay, anything that you put your time, energy, and effort into that brings you back some return on investment. So I hope that this worked for you. It is your reading for July. Let me know in the comments and give me a thumbs up, everybody. Until I see you next time. Ciao.